What was your first job? What all challenges you faced initially?
My first job, real job was with Larsen and Toubro in
Okay.
Mumbai. I mentioned until then it was all technical for us. We all learned about electrical. Even as I mentioned, I'm an electrical engineer. Many of the things we can't even see. They say that electricity is there. We need to believe it. We can't even feel it because you get electrocuted. So as a first job, when we enter into L&T, Larsen and Toubro, they gave me a 2 months of training actually.
Okay.
So it really gives me an idea what are these products we are talking about. We all learn switchgear and protection during our electrical engineering courses, but never knew what is switchgear. And it gives me the training for the 2 months gives me an idea what are they. So it physically allow me to open a contactor or a switch fuse unit or an MCCB or an ACB. Yeah, these are the switchgear products actually. How do they function? How do they protect? How do they control? How do they monitor? The electricity and the distribution. So it gives an idea. And then the second part is us facing customer. See, this is purely technical. Now there is a portion that you are meeting your client, whether it could be your end client, whether it can be your contractor, or whether it can be a consultant, or whether it can be an individual engineer in an organization. It gives a training how to meet people, how to interact with the people, how do you communicate actually with people. So communication skill is a very important thing for everyone, including engineers. So one need to ensure the communication skills have been better. They are able to communicate whatever languages they can with the people in and around the organization we work with actually. So L&T gives a broad training in pure. First portion was technical, and second thing was the customer, meeting customers, and how to present it. And they give you idea of presenting. You have some products available with you. How do you tell your customer that I have these things? So presentation skills is very important for a successful engineer.
So that was asking how soft skills are important for engineers.
Soft skill, what you really mean is.
So we have the communication skills.
Yeah. So as it is important in every aspect of field, it is also important in engineering. Communication skill. Though maybe you may be one of the best engineer, but if you don't communicate it to your colleagues, to your managers, or to your client, how do you can be successful? So communication skill is equally important. So soft skills is, I would say, it's important in every aspect of life.
Yeah.
Forget the engineering; it could be applicable to anybody actually.
So can engineers become entrepreneurs?
100%. Engineers can actually become an entrepreneur, because I've seen today a lot of engineers becoming entrepreneurs because they have gone through the job profile. They know what is the issues faced in the job side, and once they understand that, and they understand the problem, and suggest a solution, and they can just move into the other side of the chair, and they can actually become entrepreneurs, because they're all coming with proper planning. I mentioned to you, because this is planning and design. So definitely engineers can become entrepreneurs.
Sir, which sectors in engineering is high in demand?
I would say every sector. There is no separate segment which is good.
And which sector they are hiring more when compared in UAE when you are?
Say, okay, if you're looking at Gulf countries, again, you need to know what is this Gulf countries more famous for. All of us know it's oil.
Yes.
Oil and gas. Correct. So there is a very high demand for oil and gas.
And
petroleum
mainly
engineers.
is also,
Correct.
yeah.
I'm coming to that. Yeah. So there is a very good demand of oil and gas, petroleum engineers available. Okay. So it's starting with. So if you completed this, you can get absorbed in places like NOC or Qatar Petroleum or Petroleum Development, or let's say Aramco, or you can say that Kuwait Petroleum or Bahrain Petroleum, anywhere actually you can just get absorbed.
For that,
so this is one side of it. Okay. And when they make money, what do? These Gulf countries, they put them into construction.
Yes.
So a lot of construction projects are happening. So it's civil engineering. So a lot of civil engineer requirements are there actually in the thing. Okay, all into construction. Civil engineering, so architecture and civil engineers both are actually required. And then you have a building. How it is going to be powered? You need a good electrical engineer. So a lot of requirements with Diva or Adviya or Siva or FIVA or Kahrama or MHEW, MEW, or such things. All these big utility companies, they all are into electrical power generation, transmission, and distribution. So all of them need a good electrical engineers. In the similar way, every big industries here. You see today, Gulf countries are the place of aluminum smelters. Look at every country today in GCC. You have a huge aluminum smelter because there is power availability, and the aluminum, the ingot availability is there high actually. Because of that, every GCC country has huge aluminum. So these companies, they need mechanical engineers actually, steel companies, or cement companies, or every of these things, they need mechanical engineers actually. And then comes to the contractors. The contractors will need, civil contractors will need definitely civil engineers and architect. MEP contractors will need mechanical, electrical, and plumbing engineers. So this is the way you need to look at. And then over and above, lot of companies supporting, the development of these places. Like AI.
Correct.
AI is picking up huge way in the GCC. There is a huge requirement of AI, artificial intelligence engineers in the region.
Sir, how parents should encourage students to pursue their career in engineering, or they want to help them to become an engineering professional?
I would say that parents should not pressure actually the children, to against their wishes. Parents, I'm sure they all have their dreams, to pursue their children to take up something, because maybe a parent is exposed to some specific field, so he wants his child to become that.
Okay.
It will end. What happen is you are pushing your child against his will, and ultimately or finally it will end up he will join. The student will join for a cause which he don't like it actually. Probably it may not be the cause, but he want to further pursue his career. So my suggestion to all the parents is, you look at your child and what he want to, and then use some professional, agencies help, choosing what career he want to, if he want to. You most important thing, you should look at the child, the students, whether it is a boy or girl, and look at what he want, and then choose, the career with the help of maybe an external consultancy.
Definitely, a student plays a key role. Whether he interested, he is passionate, he is goal oriented, he will pass all the exams. If he is go under his parents' pressure or peer pressure, he could not pass the exams. That is the reason we have seen engineering. Engineers, did you complete? No. Why? There's a question mark. So that people have to talk. We are sending them engineering college. They are not able to complete the course.
What is the reason? Have you ever thought about it?
Yeah, then their qualification, we can say only 12th.
Correct.
If you are not completed graduation, you cannot tell a graduate student, no? So that's why I think in Kerala, we have seen a trend. People are going for engineering, they are not passing out.
Correct.
Those pass out, they are very goal oriented, their career focused, they will get immediately job, they will develop all the skills, they focus, they know what they have to do extra. So as you mentioned, there are many certification programs. So they want to specialize in oil field, they will go for oil field, what demands they required. So what certification required, they go and learn it and get the job. You have seen that. You are much experienced, you have seen in the real life world how they are growing. They are getting proper way. It is not that you can take a engineering certificates from fake or getting a job. It will not. Someday you will caught. Now in UAE it's criminal offense that if you are making any kind of fraud in a certification, if they found it, you will be in the jail.
Absolutely.
Are you agree in that?
100%. So as I told you, that you should look at the child, what he want to become, and then help him realize his dreams, rather than pushing your ideas onto
Yes.
him or her.
What mistakes the engineering students should avoid?
I would say that, when, the students, they get misleaded by, maybe the co-students or, the students along with them.
Okay.
He is doing, all my friends are going for one typical university, so I also want to go. A child would love to do that.
Correct.
But does he have the aptitude to do such things? Does he likes to do really? And what are the real possibilities of, excelling in, once he studied this engineering? See, look, I've seen a lot of students, especially from Kerala, their parents have a lot of dreams, the child have a lot of dreams. They're going into, places like European countries,
Okay.
UK typically, and USA. They go there, they complete their studies. They actually do studies without, really looking at their attitude and, or the job possibilities and all. They study just because, their parents told them, or their peer pressure, their
Yeah.
friends, they go there, so they also have to go. And once they complete, they will start looking for a job, then they will realize there is no job possibility.
There's
And
no
then they-
demand in that job, actually.
Absolutely. And then what they will do, they will start looking at around, because their parents have spent such a lot of money, it's hitting them. So what they will do, they will start doing things which they have not studied.
Yes.
They will start looking at work into some menial jobs, around them, just to sustain, and they will spoil, their career. That the child and the student should avoid. They should only pick up things what they like, and there is a job opportunity, and then proceed it. Otherwise, it's it's you are spoiling your career. Your life is more precious than these sort of ambitions of peer pressure. Because all my friends are going, I also need to go. No, it should not be like that.
So actually, in the earlier report, we show that in a year, there are certain number of engineers are passing out from the colleges. So even from the college, they don't have idea where they want to go, how they will get the job. So maybe because of their lack of awareness about this, or they're just completing course from anywhere in the India or any other place, why it happened that?
It's very important for a parent and a child to know where they're joining. Okay, just because my neighbor's son is an engineer, or just because my brother's son or daughter is an engineer, I also want to send my son to an engineer. Okay, he don't have a good mark, so I pay capitation fee and then put it in some places. If you do that, then what happens is, this your child will go to that college just for the namesake, and then he will fail it. He will fail miserably because he don't have an aptitude for that engineering.
Okay.
Okay, you send him there just because you want to fulfill your pride actually. Yeah, my neighbor's son went for engineering, so I also should send my son or daughter for engineering. That should not be your the case. You spoil your own life and you spoil your child's life. You
So
should-
if you are a 12th grade student, which subject you select in engineering?
In engineering, I mentioned in the beginning, you need to pick up 4 important subjects, which is mathematics, physics, chemistry, and biology. Earlier, people will never used to say biology, but I now say biology because there are a lot of field related to biology is in the engineering field. So you need to pick up these 4 subjects if you want to become really.
No.
strong.
If you were a child now, and you want to get an engineering course, which subject you select?
I will still select electrical engineering. Yeah,
So
because I've seen the real, the value of an electrical engineer in the world. Because today, if all of us want to be safe, and even including in the studio, if you want to be safe and then talk to people, you need to have this electricity safely coming to your room. If you are not able to bring this electricity safely,
Okay.
you can all be in danger. Everything in the world moves with electricity. You take it, whether it is a motor or whether it is even, let's say, oil and gas. Oil and gas, if you need the oil to be extracted, you need to actually use motors actually.
Yes.
Motors and compressors. How do they work? They all work on electricity actually. Okay, if you go to civil construction, again, if you want many other things to work, if you want, to see things, if you want to work in the night, or if you want, you need electricity. So I will still choose electrical because I have chosen the subject thinking a lot because I love electrical things from my beginning, during my schooling, and I further pursue and I just want to, and I picked up that, and I'm very happy today, and and there is a huge demand for the power engineers in the coming years too.
Sir, nowadays you have seen the trend. The engineering students are coming out and mocking everyone, that engineering students. And even one of the film also made out of this concept, Velaila Patadari, that engineers are not getting job. Why it happened? Is because of the system? Is because of that lack of awareness? Or do you really record this much engineers?
Actually, we need engineers. Okay, there used to be a time in Kerala, for example, there were only very few engineering colleges, and huge number of our youth population used to go outside to different state to get educated, to Tamil Nadu or to Karnataka or Maharashtra and get educated. And later the government brought the changes. They brought engineering colleges. But then when they brought engineering colleges, they started, not looking at, the capability. They started giving engineering college license to anybody and everybody. That was a very wrong move, actually. When you bring engineering, you need to look at the students who's coming. You need to look at, give a quality engineering, an education to them. Okay, if you don't have the right, facilities in your colleges, right workshop, okay, whether it is electrical workshop or mechanical workshop or civil workshop, you don't give them the right sort of exposure, you are not actually teaching your children the right thing. And most importantly, once they do complete all this, what's your placement capability? That's one other thing. There are today the biggest institution of engineering colleges in India are able to bring a lot of companies into their campus and then recruit while they are in the final year or even pre-final year.
Yes.
So placement is another important thing. So look at these things, and then they then only should the children should go and then choose, because of this liberalization today every nook and corner has engineers. So that has created too many engineers, which is more than what is required actually. So this is actually what you call it as disturbing the ecosystem of engineers. But I would say that if you still are a good engineer, look for going outside. Look for going out from your comfort zone. You are very comfortable in your own place, your own state. Go and look at moving to a different place, maybe like Mumbai or to Delhi or to any faraway places where there is a requirement of these engineers actually. Okay, get the right exposure and then start looking at even going abroad. No problem. But the first 5 years will decide the careers of an engineer. The first 5 years will decide for the engineer what he is going to become the next 50 years.
And another trend nowadays we are seeing, this is a serious issue in the society. Definitely, as an expert in engineering field, you have to think why there is a lot of competition between this entrance coaching. Now it is a trend. They are competing each other, and they making students to pressure to reach their place. And inside, the peer pressure has increased. Students are getting suicide, and the parents are concerned, and parents still are worrying, I should get entrance admission. Why it happens?
I mentioned in the beginning, it's a peer pressure. My neighbor's son is an engineer, or my brother's son is an engineer, or a daughter is an engineer, so I also have to send my son or daughter for engineering. It's a peer pressure. Now what happened today, if you want to become an engineer into one of the premier institutions,
Correct.
I mentioned that I did my engineering in College of Engineering Trivandrum. Even today, if you are not in the first 500 rank, you will not get admission. Okay, getting into admission in a place like College of Engineering Trivandrum, what is the good thing? You get one of the best facilities in Kerala today. They are the oldest engineering colleges. Okay. I will tell you why people are doing this entrance coaching. I will come to that little later. So they want to ensure their child, whether it is a girl or a boy, end up in some of the best engineering institution in India, in Kerala, wherever it is. Okay. To do this, they put these parents, they put their children into engineering entrance coaching.
Okay.
Now, what engineering entrance people do, they are also putting pressure on the children because they want to show success. If you don't show more success, more students will not join you next year. So it's become business actually. It's become commercial. When things become commercial, you start putting unnecessary pressure on the student without knowing their capability. Do really they want to become an engineer or not?
Yes.
Okay. So this sort of commercial thinking comes into picture and it put pressure on the students. And then it will end up in a lot of suicide and all because this student, they are small actually, they are very young. It's at the age of 17, 18 you are bringing them for engineering, entrance actually. At this age, what do they know actually? When you put the, sort of pressure on them, which they are not capable of withstanding, they will end up, they will think that I am useless in my life and there is nothing more I can do. So rather helping them and redirecting them to, other career, the firms, they keep on putting pressure and which will end up the child's, end. Maybe suicide or do things, they will make them completely sick and tired of, their mentality. So it spoiled their career. I would request, it start with the parents to look at your child carefully and then direct them to the right places rather than putting pressure just to meet your pride and then, your pressure.
Give a child them to think and
Absolutely.
let them decide
Absolutely.
what they like it.
And
Let them do.
not everybody can become engineers.
Correct.
Not everybody can become doctor. There are different types of courses available today to become successful. It's today, the world is so huge actually, very high. There are such a lot of possibilities. I say the YouTube vlogging, you think it's small? There are very, very successful YouTube vloggers in the world.
Connected to that,
Yeah.
we are seeing that trend. Everybody need a government job. There are private jobs. Other jobs are available. Why they were keen about government jobs? They are spending their whole years for that. I think people mindset has to change.
People mindset have to change. There used to be a
How
time.
many people can accommodate in a government sector?
Absolutely. You
You
can't.
are seeing the majority of people are working in a private firm. Still they have families, they have everything, they are earning money, even they have become an entrepreneur. It's a why, the opportunities are more.
See,
Why keen on engineering? Why keen on my government job? I don't understand why.
See,
it happens.
government job, why the parents choose is because it's a safe and secured place. Okay?
Okay.
Means there is no immediate threat to their job.
Correct.
And, even after their job, they get their pension, for example. So it's very menial. There is no, I don't want to come up. I just want to live like this. It's such sort of thinking. But believe me, the students who has actually ventured into private, companies, I've seen them more dynamic. They face the harsh realities of the real world actually, because they are unlike the government company. They are being directed into the reality. The private companies, what they will look at? They will look at their, commercial gain.
Yes.
So they will be put under the thing. So they will do more. They will do better. Sometime they will come out of it and they will look for something better actually.
In your case is right example. You work so many companies.
If you see, I got actually my first job was in a central government job. I
Okay.
got a job, but I choose not to join them and I choose to join Larsen and Toubro, L&T, which made me what I am today.
Yes.
I am very proud to say if I would have joined
As a
that
government company,
I could have maybe retired and then be happy in
you
India.
will be like a gazette officer and retired.
Most likely, yes, gazetted officer and retired with a pension.
Yes.
Is that what? But on the contrary, when I choose a private company, I went into all the sort of reality, arts reality, learned things. I got a bigger exposure. I learned a lot of experience. And then 95, I could have been very happy. I got transferred to Kerala as a branch head for Kerala State, for L&T. 95, I got a opportunity to come abroad. I choose to fly
Yes,
abroad.
correct.
So then which gives me again more exposure.
Yes.
So I have seen the world more, have seen even in my field, electrical, technical power,
Both knowledge and financially we are upgrading.
upgrading.
It's not going down. You are, each step you are going up.
Up actually.
And now you are giving consultation to the many other future engineers.
Absolutely.
And absolutely you are giving amazing job. Thank you so much for the professional spotlight.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to talk on Arackan Spotlight. Really, I'm wishing you all the best wishes. Thank you.